You're listening to the Cyberwire Network, powered by N2K.
When it comes to mobile application security, good enough is a risk. A recent survey shows that 72% of organizations reported at least one mobile application security incident last year, and 92% of responders reported threat levels have increased in the past 2 years. GuardSquare delivers the highest level of security for your mobile apps without compromising performance, time to market, or user experience. Discover how GuardSquare provides industry-leading security for your Android and iOS apps at www.guardsquare.com.
Today is February 17th, 2026. Happy Lunar New Year! I'm Maria Varmazes, and this is T-Minus.
T-Minus. 20 seconds to LOS, T-Dress. Go for deploy. Roger, roll. 5.
Sophia Space and Outpost Technologies Corporation are partnering to evaluate use cases at the intersection of on-orbit AI computing and rapid return-to-Earth space manufacturing.
4.
The Australasian Space Innovation Institute has launched a $15 million national digital twin for Australian agriculture project.
3.
Orbex released unseen photographs of its microlauncher named Prime as the company looks to secure a future.
2.
Sateliot has signed a commercial contract with PLD Space for a dedicated rocket launch in 2027.
1.
SatVu has closed a £30 million funding round. Later in today's show, Courtney Stadd will be joining us to talk about the Beyond Earth Symposium, which is being held in Washington, D.C. from February 24th. Stay with us to find out more about that event and how you can go after today's headlines. We ended last year and indeed continued into the start of 2026 talking about Europe's plans for sovereign space capabilities. And it seems that those plans are already starting to take shape. Let's dive in today's intelligence briefing, shall we? First up, UK-based thermal intelligence company SatVu has closed a £30 million funding round. That's $40 million for those of us on this side of the pond. The new raise brings SatVu's total equity funding to £60 million, or around $80 million. This funding enables SatVu to accelerate the delivery of a high-resolution thermal constellation that's designed for persistence, reliability, and global relevance, giving customers a new trusted layer of insight and positioning the company to define what thermal Earth observation makes possible at scale. The new raise includes a strategic investment from the NATO Innovation Fund. Trisha Saxena, senior associate at the NATO Innovation Fund, says that SatVu's thermal intelligence technology can provide governments and businesses across NATO nations with a level of detailed data that was simply not available before. SatVu has 2 satellites that are planned for orbit in 2026 and an additional 3 initiated under contract. These spacecraft are all part of a planned multi-satellite constellation. HotSat-2 and HotSat-3 are planned for launch this year, while HotSat-4 and 5, together with long lead elements of HotSat-6, are now under contract. And staying with Europe, Sateliot has signed a commercial contract with PLD Space for a dedicated rocket launch. It marks the first fully Spanish private space mission, and the agreement includes the launch of 2 Trito satellites and their subsequent deployment into low Earth orbit. The flight will be carried out on a dedicated Mira 5 launch, and Mira 5 is the 2-stage reusable rocket launcher for small satellites within the Mira family, designed, manufactured, and operated by PLD Space. Sateliot's new generation Trito satellites will have increased operational power of their payload. In addition to providing dual connectivity for IoT devices, they will enable direct-to-device connectivity for mobile units, enabling access to data, voice, and video services based on the 5G standard. The launch is scheduled for 2027. Last week, we shared the news that UK launch company Orbex had started procedures to enter administration. Yesterday, Orbex released new, as yet unseen photographs of its microlauncher, Prime. The company is scrambling to find a way to secure its future and has chosen to share photographs of Prime being assembled, highlighting the main structural components of the launch vehicle in near-flight configuration. The first test launches of Orbex's microlauncher Prime were due to take place later this year. Orbex had commercial launch commitments from several satellite customers for Prime, which was billed as one of the most advanced low-carbon microlaunchers in the world. Orbex filed a notice of intention to appoint administrators last week and will continue trading while all options for the future of the company are explored, including potential sale of all or parts of its business or assets. Let's head on over now to Australia. And the Australasian Space Innovation Institute has launched a $15 million national digital twin for Australian agriculture. The aim of the project is to establish a capability for coordinated decision-making and innovation across the agriculture, forestry, and fisheries system at a national scale. The Australasian Space Innovation Institute is an independent, not-for-profit organization, and this initiative aims to deliver a sovereign AI-enabled geospatial digital twin that integrates satellite Earth observation, IoT, and sensor data, climate data, and agronomic models into a shared digital environment, all to create a dynamic virtual replica of Australia's agricultural landscapes, designed as a whole-of-agriculture capability. The AI-enabled capabilities will support predictive scenario modeling across climate resilience, biosecurity, water management, and productivity, enabling decision makers to test options, anticipate risks, and optimize actions before implementation. And Sophia Space and Outpost Technologies Corporation are partnering to evaluate use cases at the intersection of on-orbit AI computing and rapid return-to-Earth space manufacturing. The collaboration reflects shared strategic interest in how localized intelligence and faster iteration cycles could support the long-term scaling of in-space manufacturing. The collaboration will evaluate how Sophia Space's Tile orbital compute platform can process manufacturing and sensor data directly in orbit, reducing latency, conserving bandwidth, and enabling faster, more autonomous decision-making, potentially integrating with Outpost's in-space manufacturing and return-to-Earth systems. And that wraps up today's top stories, my friends. As a quick reminder, you can read more about all of the stories mentioned throughout the episode today by visiting the selected reading section of our show notes. And hey, T-Minus crew, we mentioned this a little bit last week, but our daily show will be winding down soon. Friday will be our last daily show, and we are currently developing what T-Minus will look like in the future, and we want to hear your input. Do you want to hear more interviews, more in-depth analysis, weekly or bi-weekly programs? I want to hear it, we want to hear it. So share your thoughts with us by emailing space@n2k.com. And thank you so much for all your support these past years. We really appreciate it.
Cyber threats strike in minutes. Your analysis can't take weeks. That's where Velox Reverser from Booz Allen comes in. It's an autonomous malware reverse engineering and threat intelligence product that turns weeks of painstaking manual analysis into minutes of AI-powered insights. With Velox Reverser, security teams can perform deep analysis to learn how malware works and how to stop it. It's an advanced product that works at machine speed. If you need to outpace evolving adversaries and strengthen your defense at scale, request a demo or start your 30-day free trial of Velox Reverser today at boozallen.com/reverser.
I recently caught up with my friend Courtney Stadd to talk about the Beyond Earth Symposium coming up next week.
I'm Courtney Stadd. I wear multiple hats, but for this interview, I am Executive Vice President of the Beyond Earth Institute, a nonprofit space policy think tank. I've been in the commercial space world for almost a half a century, 1/3 government, 2/3 in industry.
That's amazing. Well, Courtney, again, as always, thank you for catching up with me. And I know coming up very soon is the Beyond Earth Symposium. I went to the last one. I had a great time. I enjoyed it very much. So tell me a bit about the 2026 Beyond Earth Symposium.
Indeed. So this one will happen in Washington once again at the same location you were at, American University, Washington College of Law, on Tuesday, Wednesday this month, February 24th, 25th. It'll be a day and a half. The theme of it is From Space Habitat to Space Town, Creating a Clear Pathway. 40 speakers over a day and a half, composed of a number of senior corporate executives, senior former agency, including NASA officials and current NASA officials, thought leaders from academia. And we hope to have folks in the audience from the Hill, from academia, government, of course, and certainly the corporations, companies that are helping advance our mission to establish habitats not only in Earth orbit, but on the moon and beyond as well.
One thing I really enjoyed when I was at the last Beyond Earth Symposium was that there were a number of, by design, you all did a really great job designing this.
Thank you.
Differing viewpoints, in many cases diametrically opposed, and we heard from all of them. And that got me thinking about a lot of things when I went home. I remember just really digesting that. I'm hoping you're doing the same thing this year because I thought that was so fascinating.
We are. We're also bringing more young people, the next generation. So you have a mix of
That's great.
Old folks like myself who've been around for a long time who hopefully are imparting seasoned. We're seasoned. There we go. I have to remind my wife I should be called seasoned. But we have a certain amount of experience, lessons learned, but also the energy and the vision that the next generation is bringing to the future of space development is so important. As to robust discussion, a random example would be China. What is the scope and nature of the challenge represented by the Chinese? They have a very robust, a very aggressive space program, not only Earth orbit, but the moon, Mars. And we will be having a panel that will discuss in earnest the nature of that challenge. Is it a race? What is it? And what can the United States most effectively do to counter the Chinese and their allies? At the same time, recognizing that we also need areas of cooperation at a technical level with them as well. So we'll have an array of experts who can take on that issue, for example. And then the whole issue of the space station is being terminated, at least at the moment, in the year 2030. We have a number of commercial companies that are seeking to develop and deploy commercial space stations. How do we ensure an effective transition? We do have hundreds of ventures that have deployed thousands of payloads over the life of the space station. How do we ensure that the learning curve associated with those payloads, some of which might lead to some real breakthroughs from cancer research to plastics and different biologics, for example, electronics. How do we ensure effective continuity as we move to different commercial platforms? So those are a couple of random examples.
I was going to say the moon, I imagine also lunar habitat, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have one of the leading space architects who will be showing a very compelling video of what his vision for what a habitat might look like. And we also put a big emphasis, as you know, on actionable recommendations. So
yes.
This is not just bloviating over a day and a half and habitating, populating an echo chamber, but we invite everyone, both on stage and certainly in the audience, to participate in a robust engagement discussion, because after all, this is the future of your country, of our species off planet. And as we deal with all the often ugliness on the planet and the horrendous challenges that we have, what I think you saw when you came to our last symposium is that it's a very uplifting experience for that day and a half. People full of energy and innovation, and at least for me, you walk away really energized by the promise of space.
I certainly echo that, and I don't know if I told you this when I saw you at the last symposium, but I've been to many events that call themselves symposiums, how to pluralize that, and
Right.
they have not lived up to that name, but this one actually does. So I wanted to give you kudos on that because
Thank you. Thank
a
you.
symposium truly should be what this is, where yes, you have many differing points of view on the stage, but then the audience, the questions and the dialogue.
We encourage that.
It was, but many different points of view. It wasn't just, I have a question in the form of a comment type stuff. It was really robust discussion from a lot of different points of view.
That's the feedback we want to hear. And it's not just in the auditorium itself, but in the hallways as well.
That's right.
There are venues. If I may, for those hopefully listening and eager to register, it's very easy to find us. It's just Beyond Earth Symposium.org. And our 2026, again, February 24th, 25th, this month in Washington, D.C. will pop up, and it's a very quick registration. And we invite really all of you to come out, particularly, if I may, Maria, this is I know it's an often used term, but an inflection point. We have, for the first time, an entrepreneur, businessman running NASA, who's got a writ to take the United States to the moon, this time to stay. We hope, we pray that Artemis II, which has been delayed to March, but fingers crossed, will successfully launch and have the first crew circling the moon in generations.
Yeah.
And then that'll be a down payment for their successors who will land on the moon in the next several years. One hopes, one prays, and that will be a down payment on permanent settlement. And for those of you in the audience who've been tracking, there are a number of very exciting rare mineral and helium-3 for fusion, water, and other opportunities that could well lead to profitable enterprises with tremendous benefits for our precious blue dot, as Carl Sagan referred to it, our planet Earth, as well as scientific observatories. And frankly, there are also national security elements that we'll touch on during our symposium as well. Just an addendum to that, if you ever question the future, it's very easy to get cynical or pessimistic in today's rather polarized environment. But if I could add another point about being uplifted by the day and a half symposium, it's the young people who are coming in droves into this domain of space exploration and development. They're extraordinary. And so I have to tell you that the existence proof is coming in viewing, but you will see that we're in really good hands in terms of our future in the space domain.
We'll be right back.
Most security conferences talk about Zero Trust. Zero Trust World puts you inside. This is a hands-on cybersecurity event designed for practitioners who want real skills, not just theory. You'll take part in live hacking labs where you'll attack real environments, see how modern threats actually work, and learn how to stop them before they turn into incidents. But Zero Trust World is more than labs. You'll also experience expert-led sessions, practical case studies, and technical deep dives focused on real-world implementation. Whether you're blue team, red team, or responsible for securing an entire organization, the content is built to be immediately useful. You'll earn CPE credits, connect with peers across the industry, and leave with strategies you can put into action right away. Join us March 4th through the 6th in Orlando, Florida. Register now at ztw.com and take your Zero Trust strategy from theory to execution.
Welcome back. 2 quick updates now for you in human spaceflight for our closeout story today. And first up is SpaceX Crew 12, who are now officially aboard the International Space Station and have joined Expedition 74 officially. The crew photos are honestly really great. Everyone's beaming, especially ESA's astronaut Sophie Adenau, who is the second French woman ever in space and the very first one to go to space since 2001, if you can believe it. And honestly, I'd be all smiles too. And the second bit of news for you is about Artemis 2. NASA is now targeting February 19th, that is this Thursday, for the second wet dress rehearsal for the SLS. The nearly 50-hour countdown actually starts tonight at 6:40 p.m. local time in Florida, with simulated launch time at 8:30 p.m. on the 19th. If all goes well, we may be looking at an actual Artemis 2 launch no earlier than March 6th. Let us keep those fingers crossed. And that is T-Minus, brought to you by N2K Cyberwire. We'd love to know what you think of this podcast. Your feedback ensures we deliver the insights that keep you a step ahead in the rapidly changing space industry. If you like the show, please share a rating and review in your podcast app. Please also fill out the survey in the show notes or send an email to space@n2k.com. We are proud that N2K Cyberwire is part of the daily routine of the most influential leaders and operators in the public and private sector, from the Fortune 500 to many of the world's preeminent intelligence and law enforcement agencies. N2K helps space and cybersecurity professionals grow, learn, and stay informed. As the nexus for discovery and connection, we bring you the people, the technology, and the ideas shaping the future of secure innovation. Learn how at n2k.com. N2K's senior producer is Alice Carruth. Our producer is Liz Stokes. We're mixed by Elliot Peltzman and Trey Hester, with original music by Elliot Peltzman. Our executive producer is Jennifer Iben. Peter Kilpie is our publisher, and I'm your host, Maria Varmazes. Thank you for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.
T-Minus.
If you only attend one cybersecurity conference this year, make it RSAC 2026. It's happening March 23rd through the 26th in San Francisco, bringing together the global security community for 4 days of expert insights, hands-on learning, and real innovation. I'll say this plainly, I never miss this conference. The ideas and conversations stay with me all year. Join thousands of practitioners and leaders tackling today's toughest challenges and shaping what comes next. Register today at rsaconference.com/cyberwire26. I'll see you in San Francisco. Ever wished you could rebuild your network from scratch to make it more secure, scalable, and simple? Meet Meter, the company reimagining enterprise networking from the ground up. Meter builds full-stack, zero-trust networks, including hardware, firmware, and software, all designed to work seamlessly together. The result? Fast, reliable, and secure connectivity without the constant patching, vendor juggling, or hidden costs. From wired and wireless to routing, switching, firewalls, DNS security, and VPN, every layer is integrated and continuously protected in one unified platform. And since it's delivered as one predictable monthly service, you skip the heavy capital costs and endless upgrade cycles. Meter even buys back your old infrastructure to make switching effortless. Transform complexity into simplicity and give your team time to focus on what really matters, helping your business and customers thrive. Learn more and book your demo at meter.com/cyberwire. That's METER.com/cyberwire.